All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 0726. This is a hearing on a petition to instead affecting parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. The parties in this case are Oscar Avila and Lorena Avila. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the associate judge for the Title 40 court here in El Paso, Texas. We are proceeding on this case based on a Zoom application since because of the pandemic, we're not able to be in the courtroom at this time. And pursuant to the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court, the Council of Judges and the Office of Court Administration have allowed us to conduct hearings remotely, and we're doing so on this basis of a Zoom application. This matter is being live streamed through live on the YouTube channel. That is to comply with the Texas rules that we have to have open courts or courts available to the public. However, as soon as this hearing is completed, that Zoom, YouTube channel will be taken immediately off the YouTube channel. I'm further recording this evidence on the computer recording system. This is the official recording. The parties are not permitted to record or take pictures or do anything such as screenshots or anything on their devices. To do so would be subject to contempt of court for doing that. I'll remind parties that they are in court, and I'd ask parties to conduct themselves as if they are in court, because they are in court. You are before me today. I'll ask parties not to talk over each other. Sometimes the audio doesn't work as well as it should, and we may have some audio problems in that situation. Sometimes people get kicked off our system, and if that should happen, I'll ask that parties just sign back in, and I'll admit you into the court proceeding. Those are the basic ground rules in these cases. At this time, the case is calling the case with Mr. Oscar Avila and Lorena Avila. The record should reflect that Mr. Oscar Avila was served with citation. According to the return, he was served back on March the 3rd of this year. There is no response filed by Mr. Avila. And at this time that the case has been scheduled for final hearing today, Mr. Avila has not signed in on the Zoom application. Therefore, the court will entertain a default at this time. Ms. Kaplan, are you ready to proceed at this time, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, I am ready to proceed.
Ms. Avila, are you ready to proceed today? Okay. I believe she has to unmute. Ms. Avila, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll ask you to please raise your right hand so I can swear you in, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. You can put your hand down, ma'am. All right, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state requests that the court take judicial notice of the acknowledgement of paternity that's attached to the original petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship that was filed with the court on or about February 6, 2020 at 8:05 a.m.
All right, the court will take judicial notice of the acknowledgement of paternity that was filed with the petition. It was attached as being exhibit number A. And the acknowledgement of paternity does appear to have been signed by both parties, and it does appear to be in proper form. So I will take judicial notice of the acknowledgement of paternity. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Avila.
Okay, go ahead.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Lorena Avila.
Who are you the mother of?
Isaiah Alexander Avila.
Who is his father?
Oscar Avila.
Who are you married to?
Oscar Avila.
When did you get married?
March 17 of 2015.
Is there a divorce pending at this time?
No,
Are you able to make major decisions regarding Isaiah with Mr. Avila?
yes,
Uh, Do you have any plans to move outside of El Paso?
no.
How often does Mr. Avila visit Isaiah?
Recently he stopped seeing Isaiah a couple of months ago, like 3, 4 months ago. For the reason is that his dad has a drinking problem. But since last month, that's when he started seeing Isaiah again, because he's been staying with his dad since last month, and I told him it was okay for him to have him. I didn't have no problem because he's going to virtual school right now. So um, his dad was able to put internet on his parents' house so he could have school there and spend time with him. So after like 3, 4 months, he saw his dad, started seeing his dad last month.
Do you feel that it's in Isaiah's best interest to continue visiting Mr. Avila?
I mean, yes, I mean, it's his father. I can't take his father away from him either. I can't be selfish myself and just have him for myself. Yeah, I don't have no problem with him seeing his dad.
Do you feel that Isaiah is safe during these visits?
Yes, because his father lives with his parents, so his grandparents love him very, 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 very much. So I know he's safe with his grandparents.
And uh, when did you separate from Mr. Avila?
2 years ago.
Has he provided support for Isaiah since that separation?
Uh, like those 2 years, he gave me like around 4 money orders that I've known. In those 2 years, the highest one was $140. And then he started giving me like on and off and when he wanted to. But recently I haven't received anything from him.
How much total has he given you in the last 2 years, ma'am?
Uh, let's see. I I say like $800 in those 2 years.
Okay. Do you know if he is working now?
He's working for a construction company, but I don't know the name of it or the location that his work site is at.
Do you know how much he earns at his job?
No.
Do you know how much he's earned in the past at his previous jobs?
Yeah, the last job that he had at Sun Valley Pecan, he was earning up to like $900 a week because he would work Monday through Sunday, and they were like 12-hour shifts. So the last job that he had, he was earning pretty good money. And out of those $900 that he would earn, he only gave me $102 or $98 or whenever he wanted to. But he has been having good paying jobs. It's just the thing is that he gets fired out of his jobs because of his drinking problem.
Okay, so prior to the pecan job, uh, did he have another job where he also made $900 a week?
No, this one that he has now that I know of, that the last time my son told me, he doesn't get paid as good as he was before.
Do you know
I
if he
just
has health insurance?
No.
Do you have health insurance for Isaiah?
Yes, he has Medicaid.
Do you have any other type of insurance for Isaiah?
I just have life insurance, and then I have insurance outside my job in case he gets injured or breaks a bone or something. Um, they'll pay like the days that he's out of school or I'm out of work. That's the insurance that I have for him. if he gets hurt outside the school or something like that.
Is that insurance through your
That's
job?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Medical insurance?
No, he has only Medicaid, but I don't have insurance. I mean, outside my job, I'm the only one that has insurance for my job because he has Medicaid.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Avila has any other children?
That I know of, no. I mean, I was married with him 15 years and I've never found, someone coming by saying that he had a child with somebody else. Until this point, Isaiah is the only child that he has.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Avila, you and Ms. Avila are able to work out visitation schedules on your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You mentioned there might be a problem with Mr. Avila drinking. Is that something that's still going on or a concern of yours?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was worse when me and him were still, living together. I mean, but now that he went with his parents, his mom had told me that his drinking has gone. It's not as bad as it was before when me and him were together.
Okay. Right. When was the last time you spoke to Mr. Avila?
Ugh, I don't remember. I think it was like what, 2 months ago when my son went to go stay with him.
Okay. How old is Isaiah?
He turned 13,
13.
August 19th.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Kaplan, any other for Ms. Avila?
No other questions from the state at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Based on the testimony presented here today, I'm going to go ahead and appoint both parties joint managing conservators of the child. Ms. Avila, Mrs. Avila will have the primary possession of the child. There will be no geographical restriction. The child is over the age of 3. However, the parties seem to be able to work out visitation schedules on their own. So I'll order the visitation to be at reasonable times and places that the parties can agree upon. And if the parties for some reason are not able to work out the visitation schedule on their own, then the standard visitation schedule will apply. So I would encourage both parties to continue working together and work out any visitation issues on their own. There's no request for non-disclosure, Ms. Kaplan.
No, Your Honor, that was not pled for.
Okay, so that issue is not addressed. All right, child support obligations, what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, as it is not known what Mr. Avila is currently earning, the state has calculated child support based on the minimum wage presumption with credit for $50 cash medical to reimburse for government insurance, one child before the court and no others. Guideline child support is $218 a month beginning September 1st, 2020. A cash medical of $50 a month beginning September 1st of 2020 as well. Retroactive child support based on $900 a week, which is $3,600 a month. The state arrives at a $596 child support obligation for the past 2 years of separation for a total of $14,304 with an $800 direct payment credit with the remaining balance of $13,504 to be repaid at $200 a month beginning September 1st of 2020. That is the state's recommendation at this time.
All right, Ms. Avila, you heard the recommendation of the state with regard to child support and medical support. Are you in agreement with their recommendation, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And they're recommending pretty substantial amount of retroactive support. Are you seeking retroactive support, ma'am?
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
Okay. They're asking for retroactive support since your separation from Mr. Avila. They're recommending an amount of $14,000 as retroactive support. Do you
Uh-huh.
that amount, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you know when it was that he left that job with that? What did you say? Was it a pecan place or
Yeah,
not?
it's a big place in there in Fabens. Because I live in Tornillo, he lives in Fabens.
Okay.
So it's been, I think, like what, 4 months that I think they fired him from that job.
Okay. So up until 4 months ago, he was still working there.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. The court will follow the recommendation setting child support, medical support, granting a judgment for retroactive support as recommended, Ms. Kaplan. I didn't get the payment on the retroactive judgment, Ms. Kaplan.
Your Honor, for the record, the repayment on the $13,504 retroactive judgment is recommended at $200 a month beginning September 1st of 2020. This gives credit for the $800 payment,
Okay.
direct payments over the past 2 years.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't get the payment on the judgment. Payment on will be $200 a month in addition to the child support and the medical support. These payments are to commence on September 1, which is next week. All payments have to be made through the registry of the court through the state disbursement unit. Is there anything else, Ms. Kaplan, that we needed to address?
Yes, Your Honor. There's no geographic restriction in this case
No geographical restriction.
and joint managing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Kaplan, if you will go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me through that DocuSign application. I will sign it. Once I sign the order, Ms. Avila, you will receive a copy of the order, and a copy will also be sent to Mr. Avila. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, questions at all?
No, sir.
All right. Okay. Very well then. Anything else, Ms. Kaplan?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor. May I be excused, please?
All right. Yes, ma'am. That will conclude our hearing for today. Parties are excused. Thank you all very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.